The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O, the R, the K. Look yourself in the face. Look yourself in the mirror. Ask yourself, are you giving 120% every day? Every play? Give me 120 or don't give me nothing at all. The guy you competing against, you haven't outworked him. You've not outworked the person next to you. You've not out-hustled them. You've not out-grind them. You've not outdone them. You're not locked in. Bring all your passion. Bring heart. Every single game, every single play. Put forth 120% or don't ask nobody to do nothing to you. The W, the O, the R, the K. The W, the O.
What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? How are you? How are you? Happy Wednesday morning. It's Wednesday. We're up. We're at it. We're doing a thing. Got a lot going on. Man, oh man. Up market, down market, around market, in the middle market. We're all over the damn place. Where are we headed? Where are we going? What's going on? How is everybody? We're going to get into it today. We're going to look at a little bit of news. We're going to get into the markets. Both going to get into the crypto market. Going to get into the stock market a little bit. Going to get into a little bit of macro news, a little bit of micro news. A lot of stuff going on. Going to look at some price action. And I'll let you guys know how I'm playing this market. But first things first, let's get some house cleaning done. Let's like this thing. Let's share this thing out on YouTube. Let's share this thing out on X. Let's share this thing out on TikTok. TikTok over there. You guys keep smashing that. Keep tapping that screen. Let's get the likes up. Let's get everything moving. Let's get up. Let's get after it this morning because, man, it is early morning and we are here looking at these markets and trying to figure out where the day is going to take us. So let's get them likes up. Let's start tapping that screen. Let's get this thing shared out on YouTube. Let's get this thing shared out on X. And let's get up. Let's get after it. Let's start doing our thing. Good morning, Selmo. Good morning, Junior. How are you guys? It's definitely hump day. My EBT, what's up, Seiko? How are you, my brother? How are you? I know your girl Nancy Pelosi's retiring, so I know you kind of trying to figure out what your future is gonna hold. So notice the government. It's all about notice the government is all about timing. It is all about timing. The government looks like the government here in the United States gonna open up here pretty soon, which is a good thing. We'll get into a little bit of what that deal looks like and a little bit about what they agreed on and how we can play this thing moving forward. Because it's not all it's good, but it's not all sunshine and roses, right? Like I don't know if we got I don't know. We'll see. We talk a little bit about it now. We may be right here back in the same situation in January. So we'll see. The deal really only funds the government until January. So we could find ourselves sitting right back here in the same situation. Obviously, they extended the SNAP benefits for food stamps a little bit longer than January. Funded a couple other things a little bit longer in January. But all in all, we could be sitting here having the same discussion again in January. So, gotta pay attention to what's going on out there. But the good part about it is, here's the thing. The good part about it is the market. It looks like the government's going to come back open, and it's we can move on a little bit and try to get these markets corrected in the right way with the government open. Although the stock market didn't really pull back too much with the government shutdown. Actually, they made higher highs when the government was shut down. Same with crypto. Crypto actually did better when the government was actually shut down than when it was opened. Definitely got quantitative easing going on, getting ready to start here in December as well. We'll see what that happen. We'll see what happens with that as they move on to quantitative easing here in the United States, starting in December. And we shall see what that brings. Everybody keeps saying that there's a bunch of liquidity coming in the market and all that. And we'll see. But again, share this thing out and let everybody know we're here over there on TikTok. Keep smashing that screen as you guys are coming in, and we'll get in and we'll talk to all of we'll talk all about what's going on. Travel season will be over by the end of January. Yeah, travel season is going to be over by the end of January. You got Thanksgiving travel coming up. You got Christmas travel coming up. They had to get the airplanes back in the air. They had to get people flying again, Junior. They had to do all of that, right? So, I mean, and people were hungry out here too, man. I mean, I don't want to say they were hungry, but they were hurting, right? And when you have, first of all, happy Veterans Day to all the veterans, man. I know we didn't stream yesterday and we didn't get into that, but happy Veterans Day to all the veterans here in the United States who serve this country and who currently serve this country, and those that gave the ultimate sacrifice for this country, that give us the ability to be able to sit on stream and talk about whatever we want to talk about and have discussions about whatever we want to discuss. They are the reasons that we're able to do this, and that we're able to have an opinion about whatever it is that we have an opinion about, whether we agree or disagree. They give us the ability to do that. And my man Selmo is in chat over there on YouTube, and he's a veteran, and he knows I have all respect in the world for him and his veteran status, and the things that he's had to endure in his life, and he's just a testament of what a true American is. So we love you guys, man, and thank you guys for everything, and we appreciate all of you guys and all the first responders as well out there, on a day-to-day basis, taking care of us and taking care of our business, and making sure we're safe, and making sure that we continue to move this country whichever direction we're going to move it on a day-to-day basis. So much respect to you guys, man, and I hope every single one of the first responders make it home today, and I hope that everybody had a tremendous Veterans Day yesterday, all the vets, and appreciate every single one of you guys. There's my man Selma right there. Pelosi's skin is like it's like silly put. Oh man, Selma, you crazy, man. Man, but yeah. So with that, man, like I said, every day should be Veterans Day, and we appreciate you guys. So let's go ahead. The government's gonna get open today. It looks like it's going to take a couple weeks for everything to roll back into the government and get things moving again. You had the president of China coming out saying that they're ready to make a deal. They want to talk. They want to make a deal, you know what I mean, and get this economy moving back in the right direction as well with trade inflows and outflows. But we still have that tariff decision coming from the Supreme Court that's looming out there for us. So we'll see where that's headed. But the good thing about it is China's not totally closing their doors to the United States in trade. So that's actually a good thing. So as long as they're talking, then that's a good thing. Yo, DG. Yeah. They said great idea with picking Corny. I like Corny, man. I like Corny as a low market cap gem. It's a meme project, that just when you look at it, it's one of these ones where the devs are out here working. They're out here working. They're always on spaces. They're holding their own spaces. They're out there. They're trying to get their name out there. Trying to build community. Trying to do different things to keep the project in front of everybody and keep it relevant, David. So I like Corny. I like where they're moving. I like where they're headed. I think that they can stick around for the long haul. And obviously that's what you want, right? So I think I like Corny. I like Shield as well. I think Shield over there on base is a project that's still got some life into it. It's still got some legs into it. I think that their biggest push is going to be when Aerodrome is released in the base app and it's ready to rock and roll. And I think that their upside's big right now with Shield. I love Shield. You guys, we talk about it here on this channel from time to time. And I like it. The charity about is being released. Well, I hope so. Let's see what happens with the charity bot. There's another project I'm looking at right now. It's not out yet. It's a new layer 1 blockchain called Radium. We'll see where it goes. We're kind of talking about it right now. I'm kind of looking at it, seeing what it can do, seeing if I think that it can make a move in this space. It's a layer 1. It's a brand new layer 1 blockchain. We'll look at it, Raytheon, and we'll see where I think it can go. I don't know. I just started some initial looks at it and some initial thoughts on what it can be and where it can go, and if that one can move, I'll show it to you guys and bring it out. But there's a lot of work still left there to be done. So we'll see. But a new layer 1 blockchain, could be coming. Obviously they got to do some stuff behind the scenes before we actually talk about it. But yeah, it's one that I'm looking at. It's nice to have some sort of early access to some of this stuff because you kind of know whether or not you want to get in or not. But yeah, I do like Corny. Joe Flash. What's that? What's that website? Joe, it's Raytheon. I can't post the because of where I'm at right now on StreamYard. I can't post the link, but I will. I'll bring it if somebody's in here that has the link to their X account. I believe they have an X account. And they can post it in here. They can post it in chat. But let's go ahead. Let's get into the market. The layer 1 is the layer 1 website. It's Raytheon. I'll see in a second if I can bring it up behind the scenes here. I might have to go to their X account and look at it, but hey, thank you for the heart me over there on TikTok doing the thing. But yeah, I'm on StreamYard right now, so I can't share links, Joe. But if I'll try to bring it up here in a second, and if I can't, then I may just go back and post it in the description. But I'll get that link out there to at least their X page. But we'll see. Like I said, we'll see where it goes. You know what I mean? It's a layer 1. It's brand new. It will be a layer 1. It's brand new. It's still being tested right now. So what do we got going on in the market? Asian market traded pretty well last night. Not bad. I ain't gonna lie to you. They didn't do too bad over there in the Asian market. But yeah, Joe, I'll get that out there. Just give me a second. The European market right now, where my man Ken's at, not doing too bad. Looking pretty decent over there in the EU. My man Ken, He's over there pumping the market for me. So so that we look good on stream. He's over there pumping the market for me. We got pre-markets over here in the United States looking pretty damn solid right now. All in green. The Dow's in green, the S&P's in green, the Nasdaq's in green. It all looks pretty good at the moment. Yo, what is SoftBank doing? Selling off their whole NVIDIA sharing. So liquidity, what's up? What's going on, brother? How are you? Heat, what's up? What's going on, brother? How are you? But what's up with SoftBank over there trading, selling off their whole NVIDIA holdings? And because they did that, their stock sank 10%. You know, you can't mess with NVIDIA like that. You can't do NVIDIA like that and then think that your stock's gonna take off. You know, NVIDIA is that dog. NVIDIA is that dog, man. You can't do that. What's up with alt season? We'll get into that in just a minute. Liquidity, just hang on, baby. I'll tell you exactly where I think altcoin season is going and what we're gonna look like here moving forward. Yo, NVIDIA is that dog, man. You can't. SoftBank actually got hurt by selling NVIDIA. You can't do that. Amazon stock not doing too bad this morning. NVIDIA took a little bit of a pullback, like 190 yesterday, but definitely bounced back today. Stock market's looking good though. Looking really, really good. So we'll see if we can open up that way, right? We'll see if we can open up the same way that our pre-markets are. Let's see where gold's at today. How's gold performing today? Gold's actually doing pretty damn well, y'all. $4,137 right now it's trading at and continuing to move up. And look at the baby brother sitting there in silver back in the green today as well. Yo, and to any devs out there that are listening, right? We have so many projects on the cryptocurrency market that's pegged to gold. You got USDT gold, you got PAXG, you got all these things that are pegged to gold, but you don't have any crypto out there that's pegged to silver. Could be a big mover for a dev that knows what they're doing and how to peg it to silver. That could be a project that would actually take off because silver is actually starting to gain more and more steam as this market starts to move on. So if you can peg a crypto to silver like you're pegging them to gold, could be a mover. So what we got going on over here in the cryptocurrency market? Got the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index sitting at 26 right now. Definitely still in fear. We buy in fear. We sell in greed. That's what we do here. We don't play around. We don't mess around. We don't fanboy projects. We don't do any of that. What we do is we buy in fear. We sell in greed. And we're definitely still in fear. You got altcoin season ticking down a little bit, 30 out of 100. So a little bit more money leaking out of altcoin season. Got the cryptocurrency market cap sitting at $3.53 trillion right now. Down just a little bit from when we streamed on Monday. But you got the ETF volume absolutely smashed it yesterday, sitting at a positive 416, call it $417 million market cap right now in trading volume yesterday. Got the Bitcoin dominance going, sitting at 59.3%. And you got the Ethereum dominance sitting at 12.1%. Listen, guys, here's the deal. Altcoin season is going nowhere until Bitcoin dominance gets down underneath 55%, right? We're still in Bitcoin season. If you want to know what your cryptocurrencies are going to do on a day-to-day basis, just look at Bitcoin. Just look at Bitcoin, right? Whatever Bitcoin's doing, if Bitcoin's going up, your altcoins are going to go up just because you're still in Bitcoin season. That's right, Junior. I forgot. Go ahead. Smash that like button. Smash that share button. If you're on TikTok, you guys, go over there. Keep tapping that screen. Got to get the likes up. We're falling behind on the likes. Let's keep smashing that screen. Let's keep smashing that screen over there and getting them likes up because we're falling a little bit behind over there. And I'm just trying to give you guys information, right, for the day. I'm trying to give you guys information for the day and get you guys set up for the trading for the day. So let's go ahead. Let's keep tapping that screen. So, we got, like I said, until this Bitcoin dominance gets below 55%, we're kind of just treading water, right? We're just treading water in altcoin season. You got the perpetual sit at $843.7 billion of futures, longs, and shorts out there. So we'll look at the perpetuals. We'll see where they're at, where price action could be going here, and just as we move on. But that's what's sitting out there. And I tell you guys, I don't really get too worried about give us $50. No, give me $50, Heat. Give me $50. I'm the one sitting here in front of the stream doing what I do. Give me $50, baby. But I don't really get too worried about liquidations until we get above 900 bill. It seems like every time we get around 900 billion, that's when the market makers go to work, right? That's when they go to work and they start actually really liquidating people. You come over here to the liquidation chart, right? We look at all the exchanges. Probably the biggest liquidation level right here sitting at 105.3, 105.4, right? Somewhere up there on Bitcoin. And at that level right now, you're looking at $49.14 million of liquidations, and that's split between Binance, OKX, and Bybit right now. But there's a lot of liquidations up there at 105.4. So wouldn't surprise me if we try to push up to 105 to try to liquidate some of these guys on Bitcoin. So that could be the level, right? That could be where we're headed. I call it 105, call it 105. 105.6, probably, just to be safe, somewhere up in that area. 105,600, somewhere up in there. If we can push up, if Bitcoin can push up to that level, a lot of liquidity up there for the market makers to grab. So let's see. That might be the level we go to. One of the other things that concerns me a little bit is just the amount of shorts that are sitting here underneath us. I'm not too concerned with the amount of shorts that are sitting here underneath, with the amount of leverage that's sitting underneath us right now. It's not a huge amount, but I can see a situation where Bitcoin goes up to 105.6, grabs that liquidity up there, and it comes back down and tries to wreck some of these shorts out of the market as well. So I could see that situation playing itself out, but we'll see. I'm not too concerned with the amount of liquidity that's sitting underneath us, but I'm more looking at the liquidity that's sitting above us right now. So I do think that Bitcoin could make that push up to 105.6, just to go ahead and go up there and snatch that liquidity up out of the market, because there's a lot up there. On a daily, our bubbles, excuse me, our bubbles are looking pretty good. Not too bad over here. Got Bitcoin sitting at 105.1, like I said, making that move up to 105.6 seems to be the move that Bitcoin wants to make right now. Go up there and snatch out some of that liquidity out of the market. That seems to be the move that the market makers want to make. So let's see. I'll take it. If you run up to 105 and you cool back down to 103 and make that second run up and make that next run up, I'm okay with that. Like, that's a healthy chart. That's a healthy correction. But if we can get through 107, if we can do that and push up through 107, I think you'll see Bitcoin start to make a real run towards 110, 115. Come on, guys. Yeah, come on, guys. Tap that screen over there, man. We need you. Tap it over there on TikTok. Come on, tap. You guys are falling behind. I tried buying happiness with with food with food stamps. But you can't buy happiness with food stamps. Come on, dog. But you got Ethereum back over 3,500 right now, sitting at 3,557, which is a good move for Ethereum as well. So, man, you got me rolling today. That's a good move. That's a good move for Ethereum. Hopefully, Ethereum can hold that 3,500 level. That's a key level for Ethereum. You have XRP right now sitting at $2.44. XRP's got to work its way back up, and it's got to hold that $2.50 level. That's a really important level for XRP. And hopefully today it can work its way back up there and start to regain that 250 level and kind of hold on to it and see if it can start to build. It's got to build a strong level of support at 250. XRP does. I mean, there's some support at 250, but it doesn't seem to be able to stick, right? Every time the market pulls back up just a little bit and wants to drop underneath that $2.50 level. So it's got to come back up there. It's got to build a strong level of support over there at 250 in order for it to even have a chance to get up to that $7 level. It's got to be able to hold that 250. I know that the market pulled back a little bit. XRP pulled back with the market a little bit, but right now we should have that support level at 250. It's hung out there long enough that they should be able to hold that. They should be able to hold that line. It's a little concerning that they can't hold the line, but let's see if we can get up there this time and get moving and start to build that support. It's important. It's important for them because as the spot ETFs start to come out for XRP, you want them at 250 or above so you can make that run. You can make that run up to $5 and better. But if it keeps dropping below and dropping below, and all of a sudden your ETFs are released, now you have that much more ground to make up to make that move up to that $5 mark. And so you want a better support at 250, and you want to build off of that to make the next move to the upside. Will Trump give Canadians Trump gives Canadian stimulus. Trump, we're not even going to get stimulus here in the United States. I'm telling you that right now. There's no checks coming. Everybody keeps talking about these $2,000 checks. They're not coming. We got to let's wrap our head around the fact that they're not coming. So it's not going to happen. I mean, Scott Bessent came out after Trump said that and was like, nah, we're going to have to go back to the White House and talk to him about that because that's not the plan. So I think Trump was in there running Truth Social, and somebody should have took his telephone away so he couldn't have made a post. But them checks aren't coming. Chainlink sitting here at $16.08 right now. Got some Chainlink news to get to today. Solana's holding strong right now. Hedera is back up to 18 cents. Let's see if Hedera can push up to 20 cents right now. Today, Zcash is doing, did Zcash ever take a pullback for $471? This thing was up to $6 something. Sui sitting at $2.07 right now. I got in and I ended up buying a good amount of Sui right around $1.97. We talked about Sui a lot here. I think that they have a really, really good chance as a blockchain to really make an impact this bull run and next bull run, right? I think they have a good chance to make some gains here because this is their first run, right? This is their first run, so I think they got a shot to make a splash here and a bigger splash in the next bull run. So definitely I picked some up at 197. Couldn't pass that deal up. AVAX sitting at $17.61. You guys know how I feel about AVAX. I think AVAX is going to be a monster player when it comes to real world tokenized assets. This bull run right here. I'm not talking about next bull run. I'm talking about right here, right now, in this run when real world tokenized assets roll out. I think that AVAX is going to surprise a whole lot of people in the amount of investment that's happening over there with real world tokenized assets. I think the same with XLM. I think XLM, Stellar, the amount of money that's being poured into them guys for RWAs right now from institutions. If you look behind the scenes and you peel that onion back, what you'll find out is that there is a crap ton of money being invested in that blockchain for RWAs. So I think because of that, Stellar is going to make an absolute monster run when RWAs actually come out. And RWAs are real. They're real. They're coming, and they're going to make a splash. And you know, we'll see. We'll see which one of the now all of these blockchains are going to make it. You know, and we'll see which one does. We got Internet Computer made a good run, starting to pull back a lot though. $6.36. ICP starting to come back down to reality. They made a nice upgrade to their blockchain. Everybody was buying in like crazy. This thing ran up to $9. And now it's starting to settle in. It's starting to come back down to reality a little bit about where it's supposed to be, right around in that $6 range. I'm not expecting ICP to blow the world up here and really have a big huge run at this thing. I think they will make some gains, but we'll see. I'm not sold. I'm not sold in what they got going on yet. I think they have some great technology over there, but I just don't think that people are the industry itself is ready for what they're doing. But we'll see. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe that thing will go back up to $200-300 and I'll be wrong. It wouldn't be the first time we missed something, right? Pepe trying to hold on to that 506. Been up and down on Pepe here at these price levels right now. So we'll see. We'll see where it goes. Meme coins are struggling right now. Like, just to be honest with you guys, like when you look at your meme coins, like there's so many deals that are sitting up here in the top 200, the top 200 blockchains and layer ones, layer twos, protocols like that. Like meme coins just do not have the legs right now that they should have right now. But we're nowhere near that. So we're still in Bitcoin season, right? So we haven't even made it to altcoin season yet, right? So we'll see. We'll see how these meme coins perform. I think our meme coin cycle, this bull market, is going to be probably shorter than it's ever been before. I think you're probably going to have one, maybe 2 months to make money on your low market caps, and then you're going to have to start exiting out of them positions. I don't think you're going to see a big huge meme coin run or a big huge meme coin pump from projects like Pepe or Shib or Doge or Floki or projects like that. I think you'll see a pump. I still think that Pepe's got a 10x in it, but I think it's going to be short. It's going to pump. It's going to give you that. It's going to give you that run, and then it's gonna kind of pull back really quickly. I think Pudgy Penguin's another one that's going to pump when the meme coins pump. SPX 6900 is going to pump when the meme coins pump. But I think, to get that when we get that parabolic pump off of these projects, it's going to be short, and you're going to have to be in position to get in and get out. When that time is right. So, be careful. I think meme coin season is going to be short-lived. This bull market. I do think getting into some of this news before we actually get into the charts. Here's some big news. JP Morgan launches a blockchain based launches their blockchain based deposit token JPM to its actual users, institutional users, I should say. So JP Morgan, when they launched their token on their blockchain, understand that they have their own private blockchain, right? JP Morgan has built their own private blockchain. So let's not get this thing twisted and get this thing confused, right? JP Morgan has their own private blockchain with their own token, right? And they launched their token after obviously their blockchain was tested. And now that it's ready for public use, they launched it for their institutional investors to start moving money across their private blockchain just yesterday, actually. So using the JP Morgan token, right? So this is a big deal because this is the first bank to actually come out with their own blockchain, actually allow their institutional investors to use it, right? And then start to allow their people to start to move money across their private blockchain. All right. And understand that this thing is linked up with Chainlink. So it's interoperable. So this is a big deal. And this is kind of where a lot of them discussions start to happen about how does real what's up, Curtis? What's going on, my brother? What is like number two? You're number two. You're number two. You're late. You're not late. You're not late, Curtis. Curtis, you're never late. Uh, you're never late to the show. But I, you know, this is where I believe a lot of the banks are headed. Right. A lot of the banks are headed to the point where they're going to build their own blockchain and launch their own tokens, and then they're going to move them across the interoperability places like Chainlink and Python and Quant. And it's I just don't believe that big institutions, and they're going to be private blockchains, right? So I just don't believe that big institutions are going to allow their transactions to be open to the public. I don't see it. Banks are very protective of their money, their privacy, and things like that. So I think JP Morgan's laying the groundwork for like people like Wells Fargo, Bank of America, people like that. Now the whole key to this, people will say, well, Danny, what about XRP? What about Ethereum? What about all the rest of these blockchains that are out here that say that they're institutional based and say that they're going to run across the ledger and do payments across all systems? It's about where the banks build their blockchains. Do they build them on the XRP ledger? Do they build them on the Ethereum layer? Do they build them on the whatever layer? Do they build them on a Solana layer? Take your pick, right? Take a dart, throw it at the screen and say which one are the banks going to use. Now, just because the banks build their own blockchains, they're going to have to build on top of one of these layers, right? So JP Morgan has picked Ethereum. This is an Ethereum based blockchain. They're moving their transactions across the Ethereum network. Obviously, it's a layer 2, so it's much, much cheaper than just moving it on the main net. So it's all about where they decide to build, right? You may have Bank of America come out and build a blockchain on top of the XRPL, right? You may have Wells Fargo come out and build one on top of Solana, right? So when you look at it like this, people are having the wrong argument, right? They're arguing over which token they hold that's going to the moon. What the conversation should be is where are the big institutions going to build their blockchain? Are they going to build it on top of the XRPL? Are they going to build it on top of Ethereum? Are they going to build it on top of Solana? Are they going to build it on top of a number of these layer ones that are out here, right? That's the question. People are asking the wrong questions, right? And they're asking the wrong questions because they don't understand what's going on. Raytheon, Elmo, can you drop the link to their X page on here? We were talking about a little bit about it this morning about this is the possible layer one that I'm kind of looking into. We're gonna see where it goes. We're gonna see, obviously there's a lot that's going on right now over there that they have to take care of, and we'll look and we'll see. I'm doing some evaluations on it, but if you guys want to check it out, if Elmo can drop the link to their X page out, you guys can check it out. I mean, they're doing some exciting stuff over there. It's just a matter of whether or not they're actually going to take that from testing to production and how that looks and all that stuff. So there's a lot of work that's got to happen before that happens, but definitely looks promising. There's Ken, what's going on? Definitely looks promising, but again, there's a lot that's got to happen before that makes it to actual production, right? So but yeah, definitely something to keep your eye on. And like I said, I'm watching it. I'm talking, we're watching it, whole 9 yards. So we'll see. But if Elmo's still in here, if he wants to drop the link to the X, some people were asking about it. So yeah, JP Morgan with a big move yesterday. This is a big move, and people will underscore this move as maybe not being as important, or they'll talk about it like it's not that important, or anything like that. But they're only doing that because they don't understand. They're in a project that isn't supported by the JP Morgan, blockchain, or they don't understand what's coming their way, or they don't look at it like a big deal. But JP Morgan is the biggest bank in the world, right? So when they launch their own blockchain and they launch their own token, and they start giving it to institutional investors, when you take the biggest bank in the world and they start doing that, that's a big deal. That's a big deal. That means something, right? So, pay attention to what's going on. But yo, over there on TikTok, we're falling behind. Keep tapping that screen, guys. Keep tapping that screen, man. Let's go. Let's keep tapping. Over there on YouTube and X. We don't have enough shares and we don't have enough likes going on over there. Let's go. Yeah, Elmo. So if you want to drop the link to the Raytheon X page up on the chat, you can go ahead and do that so that everybody can check it out. I can't do it right now because I'm on StreamYard. So StreamYard doesn't let me drop links. So there's the @ symbol for @Raytheon chain. So go check it out. Like I said, I'm not ready to come out and tell you guys that you guys need to go in on this thing. I'm just telling you to watch it. I'm watching it. I'm having discussions. I'm watching it. We'll see what happens. If I feel like this blockchain can move in the right direction and is moving in the right direction and looks like they're going to do what I feel comfortable with them guys doing, I will bring it to you. But and if I don't, I'll be 100% honest with you guys about why I don't, but it's worth a look. So Bitwise launches. It looks like they're this is a big news too, and people will underplay this. But Bitwise, a spot Chainlink ETF, appears on the DTC registry. Big deal. XRP is going to get a Bitwise ETF. It looks like Chainlink's going to get a Bitwise ETF. So this is good news because this isn't your uh Bitwise. I mean, they're not the biggest ETF provider out there, but they are big enough to make a difference, right? So for XRP and for Chainlink, they're big enough to kind of make a difference, right? We'll see what happens when they're launched because it's one thing to launch them, it's another thing to have people want to buy them, right? So it's not enough to be launched, then you have to go on the stock market. You got to have people that want to actually buy them and they have to actually invest. But Bitwise, it's better than your like what is your Rex and your Rexium and your your other I want to say cranberry or whatever it is ETFs. They don't have any value, man. Them are like bullshit ETFs, to be honest with you. There's no volume. They don't, you know what I mean? They're just not as big. But when you start getting to Bitwise and Vanguard and Fidelity and BlackRock and people like that, now you're talking about ETFs that can actually move the price, right? And so XRP has a Bitwise one coming out. I think it's gonna do well by XRP. Now Chainlink has a Bitwise one coming out. I think it'll do well by Chainlink as well. So I think that obviously I think it'll do pretty well. So I do still think that the biggest ETF for XRP is the actual iShares ETF when that one's launched. I think that's the one that everybody in the XRP army should be waiting for is the BlackRock ETF when it's released. That's the one. Everything else is just kind of like your little sister, your little brother, your cousins, your, you know what I mean, your redheaded stepchild, things like that. They they're there, but are they really there? But when 21 Shares comes out and launches their ETF, then that's daddy coming home to sit in a recliner, kick back, chill, and count his money, right? That's the difference between some of these ETFs that are launched and when 21 Shares comes out with an ETF. There's a big difference, right? Gotta know the difference, right? When 21 Shares comes out, and launches their XRP ETF and hopefully a Chainlink ETF, we can start singing "Daddy's Home, Daddy's Home." But until that happens, we're just kind of treading water. So where are we at? Where are we at time wise? So there's two big news articles for you, right? If you guys seen log on your Coinbase apps, if you use Coinbase, log on your Coinbase app, not your wallet, but your app. Coinbase made a monster move the other day. They actually have their own launch pad where they're going to launch a projects that actually are worth a damn, right? Not pump.fund projects and things like that, but they're actually going to launch utility-based projects, right? And they're getting ready to launch their first one, which is a layer one blockchain, and it's up to about 2 billion right now in pre-sale. So it's our first one coming off of there. I think it's amazing that Coinbase has done this because Coinbase is actually putting themselves out there with these projects, and the fact that Coinbase is doing it, my assumption is, and I'm making an assumption here, that they've vetted these projects, that these projects are legitimate. They have a roadmap, they have a plan, they have a solid dev team. The dev team's probably doxed, all of that stuff, and now they're sitting, 2 billion just by on this Coinbase launchpad, and it's in your Coinbase app, not in your wallet, in your app. There's a big difference between a Coinbase wallet and a Coinbase app. The Coinbase app hits millions and millions of users, right? The Coinbase app hits millions of users. The Coinbase wallet doesn't hit as many users. It's gonna be something special, I think. So I think it's gonna be good. Pre-sale. Uh It's just starting 17th. It's not out yet. Pre-sale starts on 17th. All right. Evolution is at it's at 2.5 billion. At 2.5 billion is what they're gonna start the pre-sale at. I'm gonna go in on that one. I think I'm gonna get in on that pre-sale. Because I have confidence. People say that I'm crazy, but I have confidence in two exchanges, right? And not so much confidence that they're going to be up and running in the height of the bull market so you can sell, because that's not what they're known for. They seem to always have technical difficulties at that point. But I have confidence in two exchanges that they can move projects, that they can move projects and that they can move stocks. One is Coinbase and the other is Robinhood. I think that them two right there, when it comes to actual just straight up user base that can move projects, them two are the two that you that can make a difference in a project. Binance is good, and then Binance is the biggest centralized exchange in the world, and I give them credit for that. But you have a lot of people that are on Binance that are dealing with very little bits of money. And can they really move a project that's sitting at $2.5 billion? Not without CZ. Not without CZ. So we'll see. We'll see. That's just my take on it. I think Robinhood and Coinbase are probably the best. If you're gonna go anything, like when you look at, like, even Binance has its own launch pad over there, right? They do really good, and a lot of them projects do really good, and a lot of them projects make people money. But are you launching them at $2.5 billion? Probably not. Probably not. Probably not, dog. So we got the total 3 market cap sitting here at $966.06 billion. Look at here's the rest of crypto. Let's take Ethereum out. Let's take Bitcoin out. Here's the rest of the market sitting here with your total 3. You got the EMAs right here. Definitely flipping to the positive side. Looks like it's trying to move back up to $1 trillion. We'll see. It's moving. It's definitely moving on the top side of your moving averages. It definitely looks like it wants to push to the upside. And this is all positive signs for the day. We're on a daily chart here. To be honest with you guys, we're looking at the daily, not the 4-hour. This thing definitely looks like it wants to push up within the hour today. So I think we got a lot of. Yeah, there's a lot of talk coming in on XRP right now. I think, and the reason that there's a lot of talk coming in on XRP right now is because I think that XRP is the next wave of ETFs to be released, right? And let's just, I'll be perfectly honest with you guys. I'm not one of these people that are going to sit up here and say to you that all of these partnerships that XRP had, that Ripple has, is going to push the XRP price. I'm not a firm believer in that, and there's no evidence out there to prove that at this point. Do I think they're good? I think they're good, right? I think the partnerships they have are good partnerships, all of that stuff. What will it do for the XRP price? That's yet to be determined, right? A lot of people have put out projections. A lot of people are speculating on a lot of stuff, but none of it is really evidence-based, right? It's all opinion-based, right? And people are throwing numbers around, and they're talking about market cap, and they're talking about all this stuff, but it hasn't been proven. What has been proven is that when you have a successful ETF launch, right, like Bitcoin, like Ethereum's ETF launches, it's been proven that if your launches or your ETFs are successful, that'll push your price. Your spot ETFs, like, let me be very clear, not your future ETFs, not any of that, but your spot ETFs. When them are successful, you have positive price action. And that's proven. That's not something we have to speculate about. That's not something that we have to, connect. When you have to dig into a project so much that you have to start deep diving and connecting dots that may or may not connect, you have to look too far, right? You have to look too far. It's just that, it shouldn't be that. It doesn't, for a project that's really moving something, it's not complicated. You shouldn't have to look in 5 places to figure out what's going on. But what we do know is we know that spot ETFs move the market in a positive direction if they're launched correctly, right? Why do we know that? Because it's proven with Bitcoin, and it's proven with Ethereum, spot ETFs, and so it would be no different with a Solana ETF. It would be no different with an XRP ETF. If they're launched and people want to buy them and they get a lot of value, it's going to move the market. So that's why they're important. And getting into altcoin season, why do we have the total 3 market cap pulled up, right? Why is that important? It's simple. Because I believe I'm getting messed up over here, that the projects that'll move in this bull market, when we do get to, because I don't think that we're going to have a traditional alt season the way that people are used to having an alt season, right? I think that this alt season is going to be just a little bit different, right? I think what's going on. I got it, but I think this alt season is going to be a little bit different, right? I think that the projects with the projects that have ETFs that are successful will be the ones that run the bull market. This cycle, right? This altcoin cycle. The people, the ones that have ETFs that are successful are going to be the projects that are successful in this bull market. The ones that don't have ETFs that don't have ETFs probably will see modest gains at best, right? At best. So when I say ETFs, I mean spot ETFs that are successful ETFs. I think them projects will run, and that's where the majority of your gains are going to go. Why? Because that's where institutional money is moving, right? That's where institutional money is going to start putting their money in. That's big money. That's not somebody coming in and dropping $5 or $10 on a project and holding it to Valhalla, thinking that it's going to make them $1,000 or $10,000. That's real money. That's big money. That's institutional money. That's money that can move the market. And I think them projects are the ones that are going to move, right? And when we talk about what them projects are, well, you have Bitcoin, you have Ethereum, they're established out there. They're established, they're ready to rock and roll, right? You have XRP sitting out here that's getting ready to launch, a crap ton of ETFs, only 3 of which will make it past 6 months. The rest of them are just going to be shit, right? Much like Bitcoin and Ethereum's ETFs. They launched a whole bunch of them and only 3 or 4 of them made it. XRP is going to be in the same situation. I think Solana is that next project that's going to have a crap ton of ETFs launched, and it's going to make a tremendous move to the upside, right? And I think that Chainlink is going to be another one. You're starting to see them ETFs starting to get out there, get produced right now. I think that they're going to have a monster move to the upside. HBAR, I'm invested in HBAR. I like HBAR, but I'm running on that 50-50 level with HBAR, right? Will H bar make the run that everybody's expecting it to make? We're going to kick back and we're going to wait and see. I'm 50-50 on that. Do I think that H bar will make a run? I think it'll make a run. Do I think it'll make the run that everybody wants it to make? I think we have to wait and see. I think we have to wait and see. So what we shall see. So your total 3 is looking really strong this morning. And that's good news for the market, right? Solana's looking decent this morning. It's sitting right inside of these moving averages right here. So the key for Solana on this hour chart is, does it break out of this EMA ribbon and start to move to the upside, to move to the top side of that, or has it tested that the moving average, and is it coming back down? That's the key for Solana, is which way it breaks right now out of this $160 mark. Which way does it break? And that's the key. That's the key right there. The other one I'm watching closely this week is Arbitrum. Arbitrum's in this unique situation right now where it's sitting at 27 cents, but it's below their moving average. Can it get back up to its EMA, or does it continue to break to the downside? We'll see. Robinhood's very big with Arbitrum building their blockchain over there. Does it break to the downside? That's gonna be the key for Arbitrum. But I'm definitely watching it this week. Dash as well. Dash got hit pretty hard, sitting at $68 right now. This thing was up to $100 and something all the way back over here. You can see the fall, right? Just look at the fall. Our indicators called it. They called the top of this thing all the way back here. They called the top. They called the sell top, and they just ride this thing down all the way down on these EMAs, right? Dash is in trouble. Dash is in a very unique spot. It wants to push back up into its moving averages right now. Can it hold it, and then can it make another push to the upside? We'll see. But Dash, absolutely. The market pulled back, and I'm going to give a lot of credit for the market pulling back. So a lot of the projects pulling back, but Dash absolutely they absolutely got decimated. The same with ZEC, right? When you come over here and you look at ZEC sitting at $465 right now, and you look at where this thing was, right? You look at where it was, and it was all the way up here to that $750 mark. And I was on here. I got receipts, and I was telling you guys, this thing's not going to hold. It's not going to hold up. It's it's way overpriced, and obviously what happened, it fell down to $467. It was way overpriced. It's bigger than the market pullback, right? It's bigger than the market pullback. It was way overpriced. People were just FOMOing into these privacy protocols, and it was a meta is what it was. And now it's you start to see that meta fall off a little bit. The same with kind of, we'll get over here. We'll take a quick look at some of these projects. What Monkey sitting over here at 14.11 million, not doing too bad, actually hanging in there pretty good. But when you look at some of these other ones like Exceller, right? The rest of them privacy protocols fell off, right? You look at ZEC and Dash and all the rest of these privacy protocols took a monster pullback, right? And this is what I was cautioning you guys about with Exceller. It's in a meta. It's in a phase, right? It's running off of this privacy protocol. It's running off of this, this meta that's out there, and that meta is going to run out. That meta is going to top out. Has it topped out? I don't know. We're going to find out as this market starts to move on throughout the days. But this thing dropped down to 6.5K from 10K. 6.5 million from 10 million. it's dropping with the rest of the privacy protocol. So if that privacy protocol meta goes away, this project's going to have a hard time holding on. It's going to have a hard time holding on. It's you got to know where you're at in these metas, and you got to know when you're in the top of these metas. So if Zcash and Dash starts to pump again, you'll see Acceler pump again, and if Acceler pumps again, when you start to see Zcash and Dash start to drop a little bit, you might want to start looking at taking some cash out of there. Hyperswap not doing too bad. Staying around 500K, 536K. Not doing too bad at all. The Corny, the one that we talked about a little bit earlier, sitting here, back up above 100K. When we talked about this thing, this thing was only around 80 something K when I put that video out. So if you got in there, you made a little bit of you're making a little bit of money, right? So not bad. Shield, another one that we talk about, not doing too bad, sitting right here at 415K right now, not doing too bad, holding on, holding strong. And one of the sleeping giants I have out here, and I've been watching this project for a while now, and this thing's a sleeping giant, is Trouble. It's sitting at 12 cents right now, sitting at a 504K market cap. This thing's a sleeping giant, and I'll tell you guys, the majority of perpetual trading I'm doing over here on this platform right here, on the Trouble platform. And when this thing catches on, I have a feeling this thing's going to be on fire. If Clarity Act is not signed, Q4. So I think the pump's going to happen in 26 anyways. So I think that's when our pump's going to happen. There's too much that's going on out here in the macro environment. I think we're already into that Q4 session. We're already into that November session. December is usually a down month in cryptocurrency anyways, just because of the holidays, tax season, stuff like that. Thank you over there on TikTok for the heart. Appreciate you. I think we're already getting into that December time frame where crypto's usually on the negative side, just because of tax season, just because of the holidays and things like that. So I think you're looking at a 2026 pump anyways, for that mega run. Good morning, Keltra. Ken, I agree. Q1 2026, I agree. I think somewhere up in there. Good morning, Keltra. I think that's what's going to happen. When White Swan event, here's the thing. If the Supreme Court comes back and says that the tariffs are not legal, it'll be good for the markets in general. Long term, it'll be good for the markets, because all of that tariff stuff goes away, right? Bad for the United States, because that means the United States people keep getting pimped out, right? Let's call it for what it is, right? Let's not beat around the bush, right? That means the United States markets keeps getting pimped out, right? But bad initially, because I think the markets will have a very negative impact. They'll have a negative reaction to that, right? So you'll see a major downturn in the markets before they start to move back to where they were. But it's not, if they deem that the tariffs, this is just my opinion, if they deem that the tariffs are not legal, the American people have a problem. They have an issue. One, because you have to pay that money back, right? So you have to go and pay that money back, which gives you a credibility issue as well. But two, it's because it will be because there's been so many bad policies that have been signed over years and multiple presidents and multiple years, where the United States people have literally been played like pawns and pimped out. And how do you fix that, right? Like, how do you fix that? Like, how the tariffs were rolled out, probably not the best situation. Probably not how any reasonable person would roll them out. But in concept of what's trying to be accomplished, it's the right thing. Execution, not so much. Execution, not so much. New talks. Yeah. So I mean, I think we gotta, look at it for what it is. Call it what it is. And as long as you're straight up with people, then call it like you see it. A lot of people may say, and we'll end the stream here. A lot of people may say, I don't like Trump. I get it. I understand it. A lot of people say that they do like Trump. I get it. I understand it. I'm in the middle. But I think that Swan event comes with the Supreme Court, could come with the Supreme Court ruling on tariffs, right? And, I know that a lot of people in the United States are looking for $2,000 stimulus checks. They're not coming. They're not coming. You're not going to get them. It's not going to happen. I mean, to me, it's not even a conversation worth having. It's just, they're not coming. You're not going to get them. So we shall see. I hope I'm wrong. I hope everybody sees a $2,000 check in their mailbox. But I don't know. Bessett came out and was like, "No, we need to rethink that." And basically, somebody needed to take Trump's social media away from him when he started to post that stuff. So I don't know. Some people hate Trump. Some people like Trump. I'm kind of in the middle. The thought process of where we need to go is absolutely correct. Execution of how we're getting there has been a colossal failure, right? But the other side's not innocent either. You don't shut the government down for this long over healthcare subsidies that you can negotiate in an open session. You don't do that to the American people. And I'm of the firm belief that the American government should never be shut down. There should never be a time in America where our government shut down. You should always revert back to the prior budget to operate your government until you two babies can come to an agreement. The American government should never be shut down, and nobody should ever have to go to work and not get a paycheck. Ever. For no reason. For no reason should you ever have to go to work and not get a paycheck. If you show up and you put in 40 hours of work or 20 hours of work or 10 hours of work, you should be paid for that work at the time in which you should be paid for that work. You shouldn't have to wait for your paycheck. Whether you're a private employee or whether you're a government employee is completely irrelevant. The government should never be shut down for any reason whatsoever. So that's a problem. That's a problem that needs to be addressed. It needs to be addressed immediately. Immediately. And believe you me, you don't shut the fucking government down over healthcare subsidies. You don't do that. You don't cut off people's benefits or make air traffic controllers have to go do DoorDash because of a healthcare subsidies. You negotiate that. You negotiate that in an open session, and you put a bill on the table and you vote on that bill, and either that bill goes up or that bill's voted up or it's voted down. And you let it be what it's going to be. But you never shut the government down, and especially over that. You know, So I don't know. I'm on both sides. I play the middle, right? So execution wise, not happy with Trump. Policy thought process wise, I can't say that I disagree with the thought process of the things that need to be done. I do disagree with the execution. I disagree with shutting the government down over healthcare subsidies. I agree. I disagree with shutting the government down over anything. But the advantage that we had here in crypto was crypto actually performed better during a government shutdown than it did when the government was open. Take that for what it's worth. Take that, chew on it. You don't have to listen to me. Just go back and look at the price action. When the government was open, crypto was struggling a little bit harder than when the government was shut down. Yeah, we had a pullback. Yeah, we had a liquidity pull. Yeah, we had a pullback. We had all that. But you actually gained more on a recovery than you did when the government was actually open. The stock market did better when the government was closed than when the government was open. Just think about that for a minute. So, all right, guys, with that, we're out of here. We'll be back on Friday. So we're out. I'll talk to you guys on Friday. I got a lot of stuff I got to take care of today. So peace. You guys, man, like this thing, share this thing, guys. On your way out of TikTok, keep smashing that like screen on your way out. We're up out of here. We'll be back at you guys on Friday, man. Be safe, be smart, go make some money, and let's get after it again on Friday. But make some money today, damn it. Let's go. Bye.